Good morning. Welcome. How are you? Hi, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. This is the Blackfire Technical Analysis channel. I am your host, Crypto Bro, and we are back with another edition of the daily live stream. And just before I get started, I want to remind everybody that I am not a financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. If you choose to do something with the content that we provide here, and you lose, that's on you. I take no responsibility at all whatsoever. Again, this content is for educational and entertainment purposes only. And with that, we have a lot of interesting things to talk about with the markets today. We have a lot of signals being played out, and I am very, very, very interested, to say the least. I have taken a couple of positions of my own, and I am mitigating my risk on a few other assets here as price action continues to play along. So without further ado, I will not hesitate. We will get right on to it with NASDAQ finally breaking that daily range. Although, to the downside, we got our first closure below the 21 exponential on this candle here. We did see this holding as support for most of the day, and then boom. Here's your confirmation candle. We got a confirmation candle below the 21 exponential here. I am going to be looking for some more downside as a result. Currently closing below, major support right now. A very, very, very key critical level. Seeing downside continuation as a result with the stochastics here printing new lows, and that critical read here below this major support line for the stochastics here. Again, breaking that diagonal trend line of support that we've been paying attention to for quite some time now. We are seeing follow through on momentum to the downside. So my disposition for right now is a target move all the way down to this region here, somewhere around $14,600. RSI, let's see what that's saying. More bearish divergence continuing to play out, continuing to print more and more lows here. Seeing a little bit of a boom bounce. That wouldn't be out of the question. See a bounce. I think maybe that bounce is already initiated to potentially test this once again as new tentative resistance. But the 21 exponential here is the one I'm paying attention to the most on NASDAQ. Again, on any asset. I keep hitting the space bar. Damn it. Give me some water. So we are seeing some red in the markets, and I don't think the red is quite over just yet. And again, that doesn't mean we won't try. We won't try for a major higher low here within this region. Again, I do have to switch my perspective again based off of my my rules here. Seeing this pullback here with the first candle closure below, followed by an opening closure below it once again. That's my signal, right? That's my signal here to start opening short positions on NASDAQ related stocks, as we likely see some downside continuation as a result here. Again, with the first target being $14,600. That's going to be my main disposition. Unless we see some kind of full-blown reversal back above the 21 exponential, I am not going to be looking for bullish continuation at all whatsoever based off the strategy that I use. Why? Because the rules tell me to. We do have evidence here, right? We got this consolidation phase that's been playing out for quite some time now, and we were paying attention to this consolidation very, very, very carefully yesterday, and boom, look at what we got. We finally got the range broken to the downside, and continuation is what I'm going to be looking for again with the candle body open and closure below the 21 exponential. That's enough confirmation for me to start looking for short positions on stocks related to this asset here. So downside target, the first one again, I'm going to be looking for 14,006 as my first target unless we see some kind of reversal. If we do see some kind of reversal and for a stroke of miracle here, recover back above this all-time high here. Obviously, the 1.272 is going to be the target that I'm looking for. That target is no longer valid, in my opinion, as we did see the downside resolution play out at the bottom side of the range here. So, downside is my disposition. Nothing extreme, right? Nothing extreme like boom, like a single candle, black swan type shit here. All this is indicative of is the pressure is starting to wane to the downside here for NASDAQ. And likely the same disposition for the other assets that we're getting ready to look for here. Allergies still playing with me today. I do apologize. The room is still a mess, but we have fixed the technical problems. We bought a new glue gun, so hopefully we'll be able to get the room finished tonight. And you guys will be able to see that tomorrow. Before I continue on, if you guys like these videos, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell. All the help that we can get is very appreciated here, as I am trying to increase the YouTube algorithm, get a little bit more visibility. We do have a couple new subscribers here today. If they do see this, thank you. I do appreciate it. Shouting you guys out, and the help is extremely appreciated. Whether or not you're interested in the content or not, it gets us a little bit more visibility so that we could potentially obtain, some subscribers that are experienced in the market. So much love, much thanks to those who subscribed today. And we're going to go ahead and move on. Check out ES1, SPY futures here. Same shit. Finally get that top call here. That's why I wasn't looking at it. Looking at this as a top because it wasn't a top yet, but it's a top now. Looking a little bit more dastardly in my opinion, but that secondary candle closure has not been confirmed below the 21 exponential here, so there's a little bit of like, maybe we'll recover. We'll see. But we do have a couple of indicators here lining up, telling us that warning shots are being fired here for the bears right now, or excuse me, for the bulls. From the bearish perspective, again, the first warning shot here is that that first initial break of the 21 exponential, forcing it back to a negative slope here. That's your warning shot fired number one. Warning shot fired number two is continuation into the bullish control zone from the critical zone. Very big momentum to the downside with the last two candlestick closures here, and looking to potentially come down and test this region here of support at 60 spot 45 for the stochastics here. So yeah, the momentum is definitely waning to the downside. However, we pull this out, we do see RSI structure here is still maintaining its uptrend structure. This has not broken yet, so this is this is like the only hopium that this has, in my opinion, for now. It is seeing RSI continue to use this region here as support. However, we do see this region right now lined up near perfectly with the 50 read here, which is a critical signal from my perspective. Any more downside continuation here, especially if we get a secondary candle closure below the 21 exponential here, I'm going to be looking for targets much lower than this. First target I'm actually going to be looking for is all the way down here at $4,300. We'll just call it 4,310. For layman's terms or whatever, but warning shot for SPY futures has been fired, in my opinion. Again, we don't have the secondary confirmation, right? I'm always waiting for confirmation. This could easily come back up and reclaim the 21 exponential. Do I think that's likely? No, but I don't trade my opinion. I trade technical analysis, and my opinion is absolutely not fucking valid here. What I'm waiting for is confirmation, right? We're seeing this candle here actually, actually initiating a test back up to the 21 exponential and getting rejected, not harshly, but getting rejected nonetheless. So I'm going to be waiting for this candlestick to close today in about 16 hours, 17 minutes before I make more decisions based off this asset. But the first warning shot has been fired for SPY futures, and what does that have in store for the future? I don't know. I don't care. All I know is that potential positions for shorts are on the docket here for some of these assets related to SPY futures, and downside continuation is going to be my disposition if we get this candle to confirm the open and closure once again below the 21 exponential here. This will be a signal. This will be a major signal. And if we do see downside continuation, we likely get that third signal with a break of the 50 read here on RSI, and I will be fully convinced. I will be fully confident in potentially taking positions here. So I need some water. Good God, I'm excited. I get just as excited for red candles as I do with green candles. Because I'm not, I play both sides. I play long and I play short. So I get excited anytime I see a signal either to the upside or to the downside. Free money. We're going to leave SPY futures at that. I wonder if Dow Jones is playing out the same way. It is indeed with its first candle closure below the 21 exponential. We saw heavy pressure being put on it yesterday. But what kind of convinced me that maybe this was going to pop back up is that bullish support that we found on this region here, perfectly aligned with the 21 exponential. But didn't happen. Boom. Sailed right through support, sailed right through the 21 exponential, and now I'm going to be awaiting, a secondary open and closure to confirm right before I make any rash decisions here. This is not confirmation. Oh, shit. Whoops. I done messed up. There we go. This is not confirmation because we don't have a secondary open and closure below the 21, but once I see that condition confirmed, I am going to be looking for targets much lower than this support. I'm actually going to get rid of this. My first target's going to be down here at 34,450, followed by potentially even lower, all the way down at 33,950 to the downside. Again, unless we see some kind of higher low structure being printed here, which, you know, it is a possibility. Our last low was right here with a nice test of the 21 exponential before carrying on new all-time highs. So the fact that we're seeing price action remain above 34,790 tells me that the potential for a higher low is possible. I wonder if higher lows are possible on SPY futures. Yeah, higher lows are possible on SPY futures. What about NASDAQ? Barely, but still valid. Let's see NASDAQ. No, NASDAQ's printing new lows. So, you know, downtrend. Boom. We have the precipice for a downtrend. We have our high here for NASDAQ, followed by a lower high, followed by a lower low. Downtrend confirmed. So that's another point for the bearish perspective as far as looking for pullbacks is concerned on NASDAQ. But we'll go back to Dow Jones here. Let's look at the stochastics. This one getting ready to fire off a signal as well. Basically resting on the very, very top of the bullish control zone, right at the 80 read here. This one looking ready to fire off a signal. This coiling was exciting, and then boom, crossed straight down. So we do have waning momentum, but we do not have bearish divergence. We do not have bearish divergence on the stochastics, but we don't even have bearish divergence on RSI either. Long-term uptrend structure still remaining valid from an RSI perspective. We could even see a break below the 50 read and a test all the way down to roughly the 41.75 read and still maintain a little bit of bullish hopium for this asset. But signals are being fired left and right now, and it might be time to consider start making plans for shorting decisions on this one here. Longer term, I'm still bullish as long as we see price action on Dow Jones remain above 34,000 even. But if we take out this low here, the meltdown, in my opinion, will continue to ensue. Let's go ahead and check out what Dixie is doing. I'd imagine this one's popping up for sure. Yeah, boom, there it is. There it fucking is. Oh, shit. What the fuck? All right, so new highs. 21 exponential moving average strategy playing perfectly, right? RSI bouncing off this support line here, boom, launching straight up, printing new highs, another great signal, forcing that exponential back to a positive slope. I like that read. Stochastics exponential forcing back to a positive slope. This cross is confirmed, in my opinion. Now what we're looking for is either one, continuation above this new tentative potential support at 93.27, or a back test and a secondary closure above it. As long as we close candles above this, I'm going to be convinced that this is long-term reversal. I'm going to be very convinced that this is long-term reversal. And it does look like the first target of that reversal has already been met. So I will be looking for a back test to confirm this. And if we do get confirmation of this as new tentative support, I will actually be extending my targets much further than this, all the way up to this region here, right around 93.81 for the US dollar index. Another critical level, in my opinion, and things will get very, very exciting. I'm gonna have to start printing more levels here. Very exciting for the US dollar index here. Boom, that's a good level, and that's a good level. So this is what we've been looking for quite some time. Right now, I'm still on the edge. We do have a confirmed high. We do have a confirmed higher high, and we could see a pullback way all the way down to the 21 exponential, in my opinion. That would not be out of the question from a bullish perspective to see a pullback, a healthy pullback, all the way to the L21 before seeing continuation, new highs here. But do I think that's likely? I think the bulls have established control here, forcing price action on the US dollar to the upside. And next target, again, is going to be somewhere around this region if we do confirm that region as support, right around 93.81. Very, very, very exciting stuff. Kind of indicative of the red that we're seeing all across other markets here today. U.S. dollar index is moving to the upside. Typically, that results in downside price action movement for other assets, including Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, which we're going to talk about next after I check out these smaller stocks here. We're going to check out AMC, which I did get a signal on today. Boom. There's your entry. There's your entry right there. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but based off the strategy that I use, we have confirmed a secondary candle closure, albeit it's a red, doesn't fucking matter. We have confirmed a secondary candle closure back above the 21 exponential here. What does that mean? That means I am looking for continuation all the way up to this region here at $40.20 first and foremost. This is a signal that has been initiated. The only sign of concern here is the rejection of the neutral zone. However, if we do see continuation, that likely gets demolished, and we get that signal that this move is legit with a cross back above the neutral zone here, the 50 read. Stochastics, I think, is already on its way to doing that. Yes, we actually confirmed a fresh cross of the neutral zone here today on AMC, back above the 50 read. So, we have a couple of signals lined up. We do have an edge. We have identified an edge. I took it. I don't give a shit. I took it, and I mitigated my risk on the 21 exponential. I'll show you how I did that right now. Line it up with the 21 exponential. 2%. It's not going to be exact. Boom, 2%, 35 spot 35. That's the 2% risk mitigation. Just in case this decision isn't the correct decision, at the very most, I will lose 2% on my trade, which is better than losing a whole bunch, right? It's better than losing a whole bunch. I'd rather take a trade that ends up playing wrong than not taking an edge, a perceived edge at all. That's one of those psychological factors, is that when you identify an edge, sometimes it could be more risky to your assets long term to not take it rather than taking it. So take it, I did indeed do, and I am mitigating my risk off of AMC at the current moment in time, looking for a move all the way up to this region here, again at $40.20 first and foremost. If that region is taken out with a candle closure above, a secondary candle closure above to confirm its support, I will be looking for extension all the way up to 43.70. And that's it. That's it. Unless we see, a full rejection and a candle closure back below the 21 exponential, I will not be looking for downside targets to $32 again. I could be proven wrong again, which is why I do have that planned. I do have that, that risk management. I have my risk managed 2% below the 21 exponential. And if it does turn out that this is a little bit of a fake before coming down a little more, I have another position lined up, ready to fire if that condition is met. So that's where I'm going to leave AMC today. MMAT, see what it did. Boom. I think we're going to be consolidating here for a little bit. To be quite honest with you, momentum oscillators do not look healthy. Stochastics, after rejecting the neutral zone here, continuing to show that momentum to the downside, and RSI still below the exponential, still doing this like tight coiling shit. Not healthy. MMAT is not healthy. If we do take this region out at $2.70, boy. Oh boy, not going to be a good signal in my opinion, as likely we see RSI cross into the bearish control zone, and we see RSI continue deeper into the bearish control zone as well. But for now, we did get a little bit of a pop-up to test this region as resistance once again, and boom, acted as resistance it did. So, maybe we see some consolidation here first and foremost before continuing down, but my disposition for this one is still to the downside. I am still looking for targets all the way to $2.70, although we did get pretty close to that today. We were about 11 cents off, so, yeah. Still below 21 exponential, still not seeing any upside signals. That's where I'm going to leave that one. Man, I get a little worked up when I'm doing this. Give me a second. If you guys like these videos, again, I know I sound annoying. I sound like a broken fucking record. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, take that little bell. It's very appreciated. The visibility is vastly appreciated. I want to try to get to a point where, the stream is extremely active. Comments flowing in left and right, people asking questions, people challenging, my perspective on the market, so on and so forth. So the extra visibility is very helpful. I think that's where I'm going to leave MMAT. MMAT. Nothing too much to talk about. Nothing really changing here. I'm just being patient. I'm waiting for a signal, either a break at 270 or a break back above the 21 exponential. And until one of those conditions is met, I'm tradeless. I am absolutely tradeless. I actually didn't trade this to the downside, but I did sell somewhere around this region here at about 10.50, maybe a little higher, maybe $11 off this move here from the low. But ever since that point, I haven't been playing it because I wasn't playing the 21 strategy at the time. Now that I am, though, I'm recognizing a lot of signals and very, very, very confident with this strategy. So that's what I'm waiting for. Hall of Fame. I've heard some upside today. Yeah, same thing. Same thing. Bouncing off this region of support, coming back up, boom, rejection. I would consider this a test of 21. Basically saw, a failure to test the 21 here and just got shot right back to the downside. This is a bearish wick here. I am looking for downside pressure as stochastics continues further down into the bearish control zone. Yeah, we see a little bit of, waning momentum, but I do believe that that's a result of testing a major support level here for the Hall of Fame. Let's see what RSI is telling us. Yeah, still playing a little bit off the top side of the bearish control zone here. So nothing too concerning. No signals. I wait until at least we enter this box here or break back above the 21 exponential. But again, my disposition is still to the downside for this one. That's where I'm gonna leave the Hall of Fame. Let's do Bitcoin here and then do the request. I do believe this is gonna be a shorter stream. Bitcoin currently on new lows. Coming real close to my decision-making points, right? Coming close to making a decision on Bitcoin. I'm out of breath just by talking. Holy shit. Coming to the decision point here, seeing new lows printing, not confirmed, but printing on this asset. And we got a couple of signals to talk about. We do have a couple of signals to talk about, so let's talk about them, right? First signal. This reversal style candlestick. Again, when you see a reversal style candlestick, direction is not implied. But this one having a big old bear wick here. I thought a low may have been confirmed on this region, but not today. Actually putting in a reversal and then seeing continuation as a result. Let's see what the 4 hour is doing. Yeah, 4 hour confirming new lows. Yeah, 4 hour confirming new lows. The fact that we confirm new lows on the 4 hour with this 4 hour downtrend, continuing to reject the 21 exponential here as and continuing to reject it as resistance here. I am looking for continuation to the downside. First level that I'm going to be looking for on the short-term time frames here is 43,540. Is going to be my first target to the downside. Maybe we see a little bit of a test of this region here, but the 4 hour is not looking too healthy here. Deep in the bearish control zone, actually in the bearish critical zone from a stochastics perspective. RSI definitely indicative of more downside as well. After rejecting that critical 50 read here, and then boom, coming down and printing new lows. Not looking good on the 4 hour here. Daily, it speaks the same type of language. Oh man, stochastics crossing, fresh cross. This is a read. This is a signal. This is telling me, hey, momentum's down. Momentum is down. The bearish pressure is on with that critical break, both with the exponential and stochastics breaking below that 80 read back into the bullish control zone, pointing straight south. That's read number one. Let's look at RSI is doing. This structure is not valid. After that third rejection of the bullish control zone, boom, break below the exponential and continuation as a result, printing new lows. If we do get a new low here, that will be indicative of a change behavior. Anything below 44,375, and I'm going to be convinced of a change of behavior, and I will have to heavily consider, making some decisions with my own positions here on Bitcoin as I do line up potential bearish positions here, short positions, looking for that 21 to finally break to the downside. We do see that 21 is starting to curl over a little bit, right? We see it starting to curl. It's no longer straight up, right? So this is evidence of, hey, we have some downside pressure. The downside pressure is on. What does that mean for the structure? Short-term change of behavior. We could, in theory, come all the way down to this region here at 42,300 and print a higher low in conjunction with this low and see continuation. But am I convinced of that? I want to see how price action plays out first. I want to see if this is gonna just test and then pop back above support, or actually confirm a break of support. And if we do confirm break of support, that's when I'm going to start making decisions to the downside. If we see a candle closure below this support here today, I'll be looking at the 21 as the first target for price action to move towards, and potentially even lower, all the way down to 42,260. And that's where I'll leave the position movements here for the downside. A pop back above this to confirm as support and hold as support, and I'll look at this structure to potentially print another higher low. But again, if we print anything lower than 44,395, I'm going to be convinced. I'm going to be convinced that there's a change of behavior. The change of behavior will be confirmed, and I will be looking for downside. Maybe a lower low first before I pop back up to test this region as resistance. Before basically initiating a downtrend, I will be on downtrend alert if we confirm a new low. So that's going to be it for Bitcoin here today. Let's move on to the requests, of which I have a few. NVIDIA. If I can fucking type today. Boom! Signal! Fucking signal! I'm looking down. I am looking down for NVIDIA here today, man. I think NVIDIA is a NASDAQ stock here. And again, that's why I look at... You guys, that's why I look at NASDAQ, because generally, if... I don't know the technical term. Let's look it up. I'm pretty sure it's like 500 stocks. Yeah, and it's not 500. The term NASDAQ is also used to refer to the NASDAQ composite index of more than 3,000 stocks listed on the NASDAQ exchange, right? We're looking at the index of the entire exchange. So when we go back to NASDAQ here, what do we see? What do we see here? Similar price action on NASDAQ as to NVIDIA here. NVIDIA Corporation here, very, very, very similar, except that this one confirming a short signal first before NASDAQ does. This one confirming a break here. Actually, this would have been your confirmation. This was a gap down and an open and closure, right? I'm not looking. This one didn't just break. This one actually performed a signal, an open and closure first. But this is further confirmation here. I'm going to be looking for price action to move down to this region first. Somewhere around 180 bucks is going to be my first target for this. We do have a change of behavior here, printing new lows, and not only that, but this has been confirmed a downtrend for a minute here after this lower high was confirmed. So, structurally, I am going to be looking for new lows and potentially lower lows. We're going to have to get some levels here. Boom. That's a beautiful level. Boom. That's a beautiful level. And then it's blue fucking skies to this level here. Whoosh. Downside continuation confirmed. What does the RSI tell us here? Let's take a look. Yeah, lower highs on the RSI, playing out bearish divergence, and then boom, rejecting the exponential, the negatively sloped exponential as tentative resistance, and then boom, new low printed on the RSI with a fresh cross below that 50 read. Signal number 1. Signal number 2, confirmation candle closures below the 21 exponential. Signal number 3, stochastics. Boom, deep cross below the 50 read. That's enough. That is enough for me to say it's time to short. It's time to short this asset. Not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. If you make a decision based off my speculative content and you lose, that is on you. I want to make that very, 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 very clear. If you lose on a position based off the content that I provide, please understand that it is 100,000% your fucking fault. Back to it. So yes, as far as this asset's concerned, maybe I look for wick lows here as a first tentative target. Maybe the first target's about 187 spot 23. But that's Overall, I'm going to be looking for this region here to be tested, $180.30 to be tested, and likely a little lower. A downtrend confirmed. I'm going to be looking for lower lows. I am on lower low alert as of now. After this little mini itty bitty uptrend here. Confirmed as a downtrend, right? Confirm it as a downtrend, and continuation, in my opinion, is likely the result of this asset breaking the 21. As long as we're below the 21 exponential here, I'm going to be looking for price action to continue down to the south here. That's it for NVIDIA. Let's look at IRM. Iron Mountain Incorporated, Delaware, New York Stock Exchange. Coming down, testing that 21 here as, testing 21 in support here. We haven't tested it. Yeah, actually we have twice. This will be the second time that we tested as support. However, we do see momentum oscillators gearing up for a potential signal here. Stochastics getting dangerously close to that 80 read. Likely, if we break the 21 exponential here, we get a fresh cross of that 80 read into the bullish control zone, pointing down for this asset. Let's go ahead and put on some Boom, levels. Beautiful consolidation right here. Yeah, yep. As long as price action is above the 21 exponential, I'm going to be looking for upside. However, we're putting a lot of downside pressure on that. That much is evident. RSI rejecting the bullish control zone, it looks like. Yeah, rejecting the bullish control zone on that top, crossing the exponential, forcing it back to a negative slope after this tight consolidation period here. It's not looking the greatest. If I have to be blatantly honest, it's really not looking the greatest. But we're still above the 21 exponential here, and until we confirm a closure below that and open and closure below that region, I'm not going to be looking for short positions. Again, based off of my own rules, I have to stay psychologically intact. And say you took a long position here, and you said, all right, we're too close to the 21, I'm going to get out, and then all of a sudden this thing goes boom to new highs. Going to be beating yourself in the foot here because you didn't stick with your own trading plan. Always wait for confirmation. And right now, we're still above the 21 exponential, although momentum oscillators are painting a different picture, telling me, hey, it's, these are warning shots, right? These are warning shots that this potentially could come down below the 21 exponential. Until that condition is met, I am not going to be looking for downside price action. For now, hopefully, maybe we see a higher low print in this region here. I would be on higher low alert with the fact that this is an uptrend. Is it an uptrend? Boom, low. Consolidation, boom. Yeah, so we did print higher highs in conjunction with this structure here. So I would be looking for a higher low upon a back test of that 21 exponential until proven otherwise. Again, that proof otherwise would be an open and closure below the 21 exponential. If that condition is met, I would be looking for targets back into the consolidation, back to the bottom side of that range, all the way down at 42.93. Yeah. But if we confirm a higher low here, I'm going to be looking for new highs above this region, and I wonder if this is on all-time highs. It does surely fucking look like it. Pull out the monthly. Yeah, this one's actually operating on all-time highs. So, long term, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad at all from a long-term perspective. Could be monthly consolidation. Boom, 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 boom. Between the lower side of the range all the way down at $42 and the higher side of the range, $47. But I don't want to get too much into long term. I want to stick with the daily because I trade the daily. But still above the 21. Although we have some signals, peeking their little heads out. Still looking at 21. I'm waiting for confirmation. If I get confirmation below that region, then it's time to consider short positions. Telehealth, RPM. Crap. All right, so telehealth is not popping up, but RPM is. So I'm going to say RPM International. Guess that's what you're gonna be looking for. Yeah, this is still down. This is definitely in a downtrend right now. Still remaining below 21 exponential here. Coming back up with this little bit of a bounce. Boom, boom, boom. Confirming closures below. This actually provided a false signal here. Not the best looking stock in my personal opinion. Continuing to print new lows. We actually took this level out. So this is definitely very indicative of continuation to the downside for this stock here. I am going to be looking for targets first and foremost to this region here. Somewhere around 82.75 is going to be the first target that I'm going to look for on this asset. We have plenty of evidence that suggests that that's likely the probability here. We do have a fresh cross of the stochastics, basically rejecting the bottom side of the bullish control zone, fully exiting the bottom side of the bullish control zone. That is confirmed. We have RSI here confirming bearish divergence and then shooting straight through that exponential, forcing the exponential back to a negative slope, forcing the exponential down to the negative slope here. All the evidence tells me downside, and as long as price action remains below that 21 exponential, I'm going to remain bearish on this asset. Again, in the long term, maybe it's not bearish, but on the daily, it's definitely bearish. This is a big downtrend, and it's been a confirmed downtrend for quite some time. Nice little bit of a fake out here. We got two closures above the 21 exponential. But we do see that's a perfect example of why this wouldn't work, because we met resistance here and rejected it, and that was your tell that, hey, this is a false signal for the 21 strategy. As alongside stochastics is pretty high up when we got that initiation here of a potential signal, but boom, to the downside it went, and very violently indeed. So I am going to be looking for pullbacks all the way to 82.75 first and foremost, but likely lower, all the way down to $80 even, and that's where I'm going to leave that one. Not looking too healthy. Definitely not the pinnacle of health and fitness for this one right now. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. ADR. Okay, so ADR is not Turtle Beach, but it's on there, so I'm going to do it. Adjusted interest rate, Dow Jones Industrial Average. What the fuck? Yep, we got confirmation. We got confirmation of downside continuation on this asset here with a secondary open and closure below the 21 exponential. I'm going to be looking for more movements to this region here, first and foremost, all the way down to 802.99. That'll be my first target to the downside. And if that condition is met, we can come back and look for more. But we do see stochastics here really confirming that signal to the downside with a brutal cross. Brutal cross with this candlestick closure here below the 80 read here. RSI, let's see what it says. RSI, another critical signal here, forcing back below the exponential, forcing the exponential to a negative slope, and boom, back below the 50 read. Signal number 2, signal number 3 being that secondary candle closure with a full candle body, continuing to the downside. 802 is going to be my we'll just call it 803. It's going to be the next target for this price action to the downside. Not looking too healthy here, but we do have what, a downtrend? We had an uptrend try out here, but maybe looking at a big range, right? Maybe looking at just a colossal sized range here with intermittent inconsequential levels within, and I would be looking at those levels significantly. We actually broke one of them with this candlestick closure here below, so maybe a little bit of a bounce back up to test this as tentative resistance. But again, the fact that we're confirming closures below the 21 exponential, I'm going to be looking south on this one. That's where I'm going to leave ADR. Turtle Beach is next. Turtle Beach Corporation, NASDAQ, fucking bad. Fucking bad. This one's coming to nothing. Coming down to 0, bitches! What the fuck? No, I'm just kidding. So let's get some levels identified here. All right, first and foremost. We just broke a support today, or confirmed it as resistance today. We broke it yesterday, confirmed it as resistance today. Below the 21 exponential. We've been below the 21 exponential for quite some time. Nice little fakey consolidation period on the 21 exponential here. But again, momentum oscillators were definitely your tell here that this was not a legitimized signal above the 21. And what do we see? Yeah, RSI rejecting the 50 read within this consolidation phase here, basically telling you that this was not a legitimate confirmed signal of a long position for this asset above the 21 exponential, and then boom, to the downside we go, confirming it as resistance, boom, bleed to the downside. As long as we remain below the 21 exponential, I'm going to be looking for prices to continue south. First and foremost, the first target that I'm going to be looking for to be fully met is 24.30 is going to be my first target to the downside, and then we can look a little lower, maybe to this region here. Yeah, those are going to be the only two targets that I have to the downside. We did confirm this region as resistance once again. I did mention that before, and now I'm looking for this to potentially meet. But closing below this, bad for the overall structure. Massively new lows will be confirmed, and I will be looking for price action to extend downwards towards 22.40 and likely much lower. We do see stochastics deep in the critical zone here. Bad. Very, very, very bad. This one's not looking like it wants to be bullish at all. From my perspective, this is juicy. This is juicy. Obviously, a little too late to be entering in a position. I'm still waiting for a signal, but if I were trading this asset, man, and you traded 21 exponential moving average strategy on this, man, you were in for a hell of a ride potentially again until some kind of event candlestick closure above the 21 exponential, something that convinces me that this is going to pop back up to the upside. I am looking straight down for this one. That's going to be it for Turtle Beach Corp. Marvel Tech. Marvel Technology Incorporated. Boom! Another signal. Another signal. Man, there are a lot of short signals here today on these assets, especially on the requests. So boom, here we go. Here is your first confirmed closure, or not confirmed, first confirmed break of the 21 exponential, followed by this candlestick closure here. This candlestick actually opened up the opportunity for a perfect short entry right on that 21 exponential, right fucking on it. I mean, it can't get any fucking cleaner than that. And then you can mitigate your risk, boom, right here, 2%. Boom. Entry here, limit order, 59 spot 10. You're already in the profit if you short. With the 2% stop loss being mitigated off of the 21 exponential from the daily perspective. Oh, crap. What was I going to say? Yeah, off the 21 exponential, you mitigate your risk off the 21 exponential, and you're currently in the profit right now. Free money. Yeah, I'm looking down. Printing new lows. Taking out this one here. Next area of interest I'm going to be looking at is possibly here. But I'm thinking maybe lower than that. I'm thinking maybe this is going to be a potential target here. We have a lot of touch points on that region here. So if you do see candle closures below 57 spot 36, I will be looking for extension all the way back down to 55 spot 25. Assuming we confirm this region as new tentative resistance, that will convince me that we're going to be popping back to the downside. Yeah, I got a request to do Bitcoin real quick. I already did Bitcoin, but we'll do a real quick cover. Where did all my shit go? See, what the fuck? Oh, that's what. Boom. There we go. There we go. For Bitcoin right now, it's basically crunch time. It's time to, if you're playing the 21 strategy like I am, in my opinion, it's time to start laser focusing on making potential decisions in the next few coming days. Because right now, we did get this reversal style candlestick here on the daily, right on support. And right now, we do see pressure to potentially break this support. We have plenty of time left in the day. We could easily see this just as a test of the 21 before popping back up, maybe print a higher low, but nothing is confirmed yet. If we do get a candle closure confirmed below 44,620, I'm going to be looking for a test of the 21 exponential, and that's where I'm going to be saying it's time to potentially make decisions. Is it time to get out of my long position? It may well be the very time to pull out. But if we confirm this region as a higher low, I'm still looking at the top side of this candlestick here, 45, we'll just call it 46,000. A candlestick closure above 46,000 likely initiates a top or a bottom call here on the RSI, and I will be looking for price action to continue onwards and upwards. However, we do have a signal here on stochastics, a very fresh, confirmed signal back into the bearish control zone, pointing south, printing new lows. This is a good enough signal for me to say, hey, it's time to really button up my position here, which I have been doing. I did mitigate my risk. I have been mitigating my risk on the 21 exponential ever since I entered, and it's crunch time. It's time to wait. Right now I'm in the waiting stage. I'm not making any decisions right now. We could easily come back down to the 21 and confirm it as support, but I'm not doing anything until we break that 21, and that's the main disposition that I'm coming at. Yes, the pressure in my opinion is to the downside. I do think price action will come to the downside, but I am prepared for multiple case scenarios, including that of a break of the 21, confirming a higher low on support, or confirming a higher low on the 21 itself. So that's how I'm looking at Bitcoin right now. It's time to pay attention, especially if you're getting ready to line up positions. Let's go ahead and move on to the last two requests, and then I'm going to sign off. I got some work to do today. ADA, likely moving the same way Bitcoin is today. That is not the one I want. That is the one I want. So not not. ADA actually is trading counter trend. We do have one worrisome thing here is that momentum is decreasing from the bullish perspective into the bearish perspective, and I am going to be looking for that signal to the downside here. We are consolidating. This is confirmed as consolidation as of late here, especially with this rejection of resistance here. So I will be looking for price action to come all the way back down to $1.85 first and foremost, but stochastics is the best catalyst in my opinion. But we need to be aware that if price action on ADA confirms a new high and momentum oscillators do not reflect that, we will be on bearish divergence watch, and likely we see that play out if confirmed. Again with this pop back up. And this is how you start getting ready to watch for bearish divergence, right? We saw that pop up. That is a pretty decent pop up right here, right? Boop, boop, no low call, and we do not see the momentum desired, right? We do not see the momentum desired for not calling bearish divergence on new highs. If we do break the top side resistance here at $2.19, I will look for a pop back up to the $2.34 region, or the prior all-time high, or the current all-time high for this asset. But if we break the bottom side of the range, that's when I'm gonna start getting concerned for the 21 here. But as far as the 21 is concerned, as long as price action remains above the 21 exponential here, I'm gonna remain bullish until proven otherwise. I have no reason to say, oh, it's coming down, so long as we're remaining above the 21 and consolidating. So that's how I'm looking at ADA. Only two levels from my perspective to pay attention to, and the 21 exponential, but it'll be interesting to see how this trades if Bitcoin initiates a downtrend. If Bitcoin initiates a downtrend and this one does not, I might have to flip over and bullishly trade some of this ADA, this Cardano here. Very exciting price action, very juicy profits, especially if you're trading the 21. So that's where I'm going to leave that one. Let's do the last one here. Oh, short term. You want short term. Consolidation. Short term does suggest a little bit more upside, maybe another pop up to the high resistance here at $2.19, maybe $2.20. But I'll be interested to see how price action reacts. If we do get a short-term time frame closure above $2.18, I will look for a pop-up again to that region here at around $2.34. But if we close below the 21 exponential on the short-term time frames, I will be looking for a short-term pullback to a $1.84. Momentum oscillators here, obviously pointing straight up. Let's see what RSI is doing. Uptrend, bounce off the neutral zone here. Boom. Remaining back above the positively sloped exponential. So yeah, short term does suggest some upside here for Cardano, but the daily says consolidation. So that's how I'm looking at that one. DOT. God, I haven't heard or seen DOT in quite some time. Polkadot. Let's see here. Still above the 21 exponential. Stair-stepping its way up. Our stochastics, though, confirming a little bit of a warning signal here. Warning shot fired, number one. Although we are seeing rising candles here, we're putting a lot of pressure on that resistance. It'll be interesting to see if that resistance breaks. We've seen it reject a few times here, and if we do confirm a candle closure above there, I will look for a pop all the way back up to this region here at around 28.85. However, if we continue to reject this, I'm going to be convinced of a potential pullback all the way back to the 21 exponential here. And again, the 21 exponential being the catalyst to my strategy, I will be very, very, very laser focused on the 21 if price action approaches it, as I will be awaiting a potential confirmed cross of that 21. RSI definitely suggests more bullish action, though. A little bit of a rejection of the bullish control zone, but we are seeing RSI creeping its way back towards the entry point of the bullish control zone. So very interesting stuff to see here. I don't have any downside targets again, unless we reject this region. Once again, I will be looking for a pullback to $20.90. But it does look strong. It does look strong. A nice V formation here, just straight up. Ever since the lows were confirmed at $10.52. So very, very powerful price action movement, and a very, very powerful move above the 21 exponential here. So as long as price action remains above there, I have no reason to think that this is going to see any kind of pullback. Again, I could be wrong, but we are seeing a little bit of counter trend action on some of these altcoins in comparison to Bitcoin. However, sometimes we see a little bit of a delayed reaction between a few altcoins and Bitcoin. Bitcoin. If Bitcoin decides to, put in a downtrend, I do believe likely a majority of these altcoins will follow suit. So, yeah. That's going to be it, everybody. That's it for the stream. If you liked the stream, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell to get all the notifications. Help a brother out. Even if you don't like the even if you don't like the streams and you don't want to be subscribed, you can always unsubscribe at a later date. But for now, hit that subscribe, guys. Hit that subscribe button, man. Get me some viewers, get me some guys coming in here, open up some conversations and such. And I have good news. We got a new glue gun. So this room is going to be done tomorrow. You guys are going to see a little bit of a more colorful perspective in this room tomorrow. Hopefully it flashes up and flares up the stream a little bit. Maybe that gets me a little bit of attraction. I am working on a couple of things in the background, potentially meeting up with another YouTuber. Speaking of which, old battle buddy in the guard made a channel called I'm Just Chillin'. You should check it out. I forgot the link. I do apologize. I will post that link tomorrow. Check his videos out. If you're into just podcasts and chill vibes and motivation, things like that, watch some of his videos today, and I was like, yeah, you're doing some pretty cool stuff. Has a lot more subscribers than I do, so check him out. I'm Just Chillin' on YouTube. Subscribe to that channel, and hopefully we'll be linking up, and I'll be doing a video with him. And hopefully we can get some traction in this channel. Hopefully. But that's going to be it for today. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for watching the videos. I appreciate everybody's support. Everybody that's indirectly supporting or fully supporting. I appreciate it. It all carries the same weight. So thank you very much, you guys. And until next time, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy.